Let's get into some of the stuff here. The first thing we got to talk about, as I have been doing on Sundays, I'm scrolling through and checking the box office because I'm like, all right, we're witnessing a phenomenon here with Endgame. The movie in 11 days beat Titanic at 2.1. Now, some of the stuff that I saw, some of the things that the responses are like, so some of the responses to this going, well, the tickets are inflated. Well, if you're going to say that, then Gone with the Wind is still the champion. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because the tickets inflated because I didn't really beat Titanic because the numbers were inflated. Well, the numbers were inflated when Titanic beat Gone with the Wind.
And it's inflated when Avatar beat everything.
That's what I'm saying. It's always going to be inflated.
There's lists for inflation, and then Gone with the Wind is number one.
Right.
And then there's lists with that, which is this.
And the other thing is people don't realize.
Is Gone with the Wind good?
Oh, it's unbelievable. Have you never seen it? Yeah. Oh, it's one of the greatest movies of all time.
Okay.
So let's see.
Oh, it's so effing good.
Let's first see.
It's like all black and white.
Yeah, can you see the inflated? There you go. So Gone with the Wind is still number one. Gone with the Wind is number one, adjusted gross at 1.8. And then Star Wars is 1.6. The Sound of Music is number 3 at 1.2. E.T. number 4 at 1.2. And Titanic comes in at number 5 at 1.2. 1.2.
So are we saying, adjusted for inflation, we're saying that we go back to the ticket prices you paid for Gone with the Wind?
Yeah.
That's what it is?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Right. So if now you're just doing it by how many tickets were sold, what that ticket price would be.
Got it.
So and just so that's why Gone with the Wind is still the champion. So when people say, well, it didn't really beat Avatar, that's a silly thing.
Yeah.
You say, if you want to go back and say, well, it's Gone with the Wind is still a champ, that's another conversation altogether. Because right now, Avengers Endgame is number 42 on the all-time list.
Just below one of my favorites. It does have explosions in color. Independence Day.
So anyway, so if you want to play it, but it's also fun to talk about the records that are being beaten.
I just saw, real quickly, my eyes played a trick on me, and down there it said Pinocchio. I was like, there's a movie called Pacino? Like, I just...
Welcome back.
It's just him sitting there for 2 hours.
I'm watching Jeopardy tonight.
This old tower guy, he's got it all.
Who's going to win?
He's on the buzzer.
I'm done. Aha.
You know who I saw this weekend?
Sean Pacino.
No. Damn. But a man that was in a movie with them, a man by the name of Andy Garcia. And Andy Garcia's beard right now is fantastic. Yeah. The guy is an absolute stud.
Yeah.
Just like old man, sweet, like the best salt and pepper beard you've ever seen in your life.
Good in The Mule. Didn't like what happened with The Mule with him. They're just lazy.
I liked him in The Mule. Yeah,
I liked him very much.
He was great. When he shows up, I agree.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden, you're like, man, watch the movie.
Did you ever see that movie where he plays like a guy that lives on City Island? No. And he auditions for it's Andy Garcia, and he auditions to be like a gangster. He's taken like an acting class. He's a retired guy. Look it up. I think it's called City by the Sea, maybe something.
Unrelated to this, but talking about people that you saw / messaged with. When I was listening, I couldn't believe that Heyman reached out to you.
Oh yeah, it was cool.
I was flipping out for you.
Yeah, it was awesome.
That's unbelievable.
It was really it was nice. It was just like I said, he was always very nice to me. He was always very very kind.
But he started following you and messaged you back. Like that's over the top.
Because
nice.
I think that someone had sent him the story, and then whether or not he remembered it. He said, in his DM, he said he vaguely remembers. So that's good enough for me. And my point wasn't for him to remember me. My point was to say thank you. And that's what's
so
going on. Who are you looking for?
I'm looking up the movie I was talking about with Andy Garcia.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So as far as Avengers beating it now, it's the same question we're going to have a million times over. It caught Titanic. 11 days.
11 days.
Does it catch Avatar?
Yeah.
Riley?
Yes.
Yes.
I still say no. I still think that is a lot of money to make up still, 2.7 with...
It's already at 2.1.
But that's 2 weeks.
So it's got to make like 700
because it had a big... What was the drop? 60%? 60% drop?
Yeah, but it's still 140
I look at how
million.
fast it went, though. So
I know. I'm just telling you. I think
we can assume that it can keep going and last... at least into July. We're going to get another push with Far From Home.
Far From Home probably give it a push. I'm
just like Captain Marvel moved up to the number 2 spot because of Endgame. I think we're going to have to see the same thing.
Yeah, I just don't know if it's going to do it. I'll be the doubter and say no. If everyone else is saying yes.
It's called City Island. Andy Garcia, Juliana Margulies, Ezra Miller. Is a cool story. I like the movie.